5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is 14 North Radio with Mikey Solis, Sean Miller, and Jared Bensick.
Yes. Woo. Sixth episode.
Sixth episode. Welcome back, guys.
That's after 5. Our
Usually.
two guests today are Mr. and Mrs. Paul and Tina.
Nice.
Right?
Cool.
Right?
Thank you for
Sarah
that.
Marco.
Oh, then they're bringing you back.
I know.
Brought you back
Tina
in.
exists.
I'm
again.
resurrected.
You're alive.
Thank you.
I like it.
So, along with Tina being from the Antelope Valley as well.
Hey yo.
Right. That's not the significance to why she's here, but she just so happens to be from up there. Her and her husband, you might have seen them doing the ASL sing along in the car videos.
That's right. You're the one that I want.
You are the one I want.
That's what sparked that, right?
It is. So Paul and I got married October 18th, 2014.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. A little over 2 months strong. You know what I'm saying?
Best day of my life.
I'm like
honey.
2 months too late, Tina. Is that?
Have you been coming home late yet?
No way,
Because
man.
it'll happen. No, I'm just kidding.
look at her. Are you kidding me? I don't even go to work anymore. I follow her.
So we got married, and I thought it would be a really cool idea to do a choreographed sign number to our first dance as husband and wife. And Paul, being the great sport that he is, said, cool, I'm up for it. And the idea came from inviting a couple deaf guests to the wedding. So I wanted to make sure that that first dance is so pivotal.
Did you just make that word up? What's it mean?
Sign that for me. Can you sign
That's
that
right.
for me?
Sign pivotal.
I added a couple, but the song is so pivotal as far as the involvement in the wedding, and so I wanted to make sure that the deaf guests knew what was going on and what dance and song that we were doing it to. So I taught Paul some basic signs. Certainly not, he's not fluent in signing or sign language. He's not an
Not at
interpreter, but he was a great sport. And he's like, yeah, teach me some basic signs. And
It
so
was-
we did.
Yeah,
and
but my choices were slim. It was either that or listen to you sing.
All right, so this
Which?
is pre-wedding, right? You guys had already talked about doing this for the wedding?
yeah, this was
So
the
that's why
end
it
of
came
July.
Okay.
End of July. So we get in the truck and we're going up to Mammoth Lakes, California. And in the truck, I'm like, all right, I'm going to teach you some of the signs. And he's like, all right, let's go for it. So you learn pretty quickly. And I videoed us and I uploaded it to Facebook. And I didn't want our friends knowing that this is going to be, our first dance as husband and wife. I wanted it to be a surprise still. So I think I put our car rides are anything but normal. So I uploaded it, not realizing that when I post statuses and photos, it's set to just friends. Well, when I posted the video, it was set to public. And so when our friends started sharing the video, it was filtered to their friends, and then their friends started sharing the video, and then it just created this like domino effect.
How long after did you know? Like, did you find out that it was like going viral?
It was like, we did this. We started it on the way to Mammoth, like through the AV, and then we actually posted it when we got to about Bishop. So that was about 2.5 hours. And then we went to dinner in Mammoth and went back and looked at Facebook and saw that it had
So many views.
it had so
In
many
one
views.
night.
How
the
many
first
views?
night?
Just at that point.
You know what? The views we didn't notice. What we noticed was how
The
many times it had been
shares.
shared.
Oh.
It was shared like 250 times
in this time it took you from the AV to Bishop.
from Bishop to have dinner in Mammoth. So about 2.5 hours. It was shared 250 times. We woke up the next morning and it was shared about 1,000 times or something like
Really?
that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time we left, it was shared about 5,000 times. And
Holy
we're like,
shit.
whoa, this is kind of crazy. That was only 2 days later.
Mm-hmm.
And then a week later, we had put it on YouTube. And then once it went on YouTube, it was viewed 1 million times in like 2 days or something
Wow.
like that. Ridiculous. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And it's probably been shared on Facebook.
Now, do you think it's because the deaf community is so big? Is that what it is?
No,
that-
man. I don't think that has anything to do with it all. I just think that people liked what they were seeing, like this couple in a car and just doing their thing.
Okay, so like for me, it doesn't, not anything on you guys, but it doesn't appeal to me because I don't know sign language, right? And then, again, maybe I'm not a big fan of Grease. So those are two things that don't come to mind with me. But I'm irrelevant is because it's so big. It went big so fast, and that's I'm trying to grasp what caused it.
But you watched it anyway, didn't you?
No, well, I watched it because I know who, because I knew Tina, but I didn't watch it all the way through.
I watched it because you were driving unsafely. That's not on the
that was our
steering wheel.
biggest problem
I
with
was
it.
concerned.
Yeah.
Many times the hands were off the wheel.
Yeah. That wasn't such a big deal. People were complaining about that. It was so crazy.
No
I'm
shit.
like,
Oh no
Really?
shit! We just
We were
made that
just
up
joking.
today.
No. There was like
We were looking for something to be pissed off about, and we were like, well, what about his hands not being on the wheel?
when that first came out, when the video first came out. I mean, that's what people were pissed off about the most.
Really?
That was
I
the
love
big
people
thing.
so much.
They're like, oh my god, that's unsafe driving. You could kill someone. I'm like, the only thing I'm killing out here is a tumbleweed, man. I mean,
Yeah, there's no cars on the road, really.
yeah, there ain't nobody out here. But that was the biggest complaint.
Well, and obviously being in a car with a deaf person as a driver, maybe the experience is limited, but
Wait,
I know.
Paul's deaf?
No, but I have.
What?
But I've been a passenger in the car with a deaf driver before, and there are no laws against
Deaf driving.
and being able to use sign language while you're driving. I mean, it just. Have you never changed the radio station or picked up your cell phone or picked a booger out of your nose or, brushed your hair back?
I've done all four at the same time.
So,
but I'm
now,
super good, though.
Is
I'm
there a
super good.
problem, though, like with not hearing sirens then?
Well, I guess that'd be a problem. But no more than you listening to the radio
And you
real
can't
loud with
hear
the
it.
windows out.
Yeah, and
Or-
the radio doesn't need to be up that much to not hear those sirens.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if you-
no.
like, it's
or you're
just
just
weird.
not paying attention.
Yeah.
You're doing something else.
No, well, it's
Yeah.
funny. We just made up why we were pissed off about it. No, because we were. I read. I was reading today on how there was quite a bit of backlash on this. So as much praise as you guys got for the video, there was probably about a third of that was kind of backlash.
No,
well,
not even
it wasn't.
third.
It wasn't a third. The thing
No.
we on our Facebook fan page, we're just we're just a few people away from about 40,000 fans, and there's another on YouTube. There's 20,000 subscribers, and on our personal Facebook pages, there's another 20 or 25,000 or so.
Okay.
that follow
so
our public posts.
We decided a couple months ago to block anybody who was negative, anyone who had shit to say
Yeah.
or just we didn't like.
Well, we were definitely not going to tolerate any profanity, cyberbullying, threats.
Yeah.
And that was a hard line that I personally had to draw professionally because I have been involved with my local deaf community strongly, over the past several years, becoming a sign language interpreter. And I have a great rapport with my deaf community, but some of the people that were making accusations, that were making threats, that were acting very inappropriately, some were hearing, some were deaf, and we just decided, across the board, we are not going to tolerate it.
So, but you did get some sort of major level of backlash on
No,
that.
but what I was going to say is we only blocked 150 people
Okay.
out of all those thousands. So those 150 people were loud, like they were
Yeah.
just posting over and over and over and over. and over
They're
and
just like scam.
Do you think they
like,
were trollers? I
bullies,
mean, why
trollers,
would
big
somebody
time.
be so upset about
'Cause
just a fun
People
drive
troll.
home?
It's
Yeah.
just like
Is that
it's
what
like
it
they
is?
get off on it. Like people like
over. I never heard that term until this whole thing started.
Trolls?
That there's
Yeah.
trolls. And
Well, I was going to say, Mike told me because we read an article before you guys came in about this woman that was just so upset about something. I don't know. She was bitching about something. I glazed over it, but Mike said this woman, and I realized I just imagined some big woman just laying in bed with a bag of Fritos on her stomach.
Chili
going,
cheese Fritos, by the way.
Chili, yeah.
just complaining about something.
Because if I was a large woman, that's what I.
dude
And
pretending
so-
to be a woman.
We looked at her picture, and sure enough,
It just made sense
she
when I
was
saw the
laying in bed
picture.
with Fritos.
You could put the most positive, the best outlook video
somebody's gonna
ever,
bitch about
and somebody's gonna say something bad about it.
Right.
Like there's
Oh,
just
yeah.
it's like there's such this like there's behind this curtain anybody could be like have their opinion, especially like on YouTube if you don't
Right.
block your
Mm-hmm.
comments, and it's just like it's so like what's up with that? Like I don't get
Well,
it.
people
we
got a
were-
voice. People have a voice now.
But like who wants to be that hateful?
Well, see, I think it sparked with the anonymity from before. Like on YouTube, you didn't have to have you had to have to be signed in. You didn't have to have a name out there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you could say whatever you want, and nobody was gonna find you or see you. And so now I think that's kind of changing with them making you sign in. And then you know, there's some level of accountability now. Like Reddit is awesome. Like I'm kind of new to Reddit, but they don't allow you to make stupid comments, depending on what part that you're in on Reddit. So if you're in the science little subreddit, your comment has to be like valid and
Yeah.
on point, because if it's not, it gets taken
Because
off.
really?
all the people are signed in, and if you have a comment that nobody likes, they downvote it, and it just like gets taken off there. But then if you have a great comment, it
gets-
goes up, and then like how the thread works is like the top comments are going to be on the top. So when you're going through it, it's.
But if
great.
you're on a funny subreddit,
Yeah.
then you can get down and like it, you know, the more vulgar that you are, then you know that kind of works out. But it's to that audience,
Got
you know,
you.
which kind of works. But you know, I you know, Facebook lately, and yeah, I'm sure you guys seen it. It's like murder, death, kill on there.
like the
every
news, man,
story's coming through, and
Well, unfortunately, that's the world.
oh, for sure.
You know, I think,
But-
and it's a very sad time. You know, there's not, you know, I mean, yes, granted, there's always negativity out there, but I don't know, especially lately, it's just,
Yeah, and I get that there's, you know, that's the part of the world, but you know what really gets me are the Facebook lawyers.
oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
like all of a sudden I have a
Oh, yeah,
degree,
everybody-
Like
and
that's
I
what's-
know,
and but then the straight ignorance. I shouldn't even be on it anymore, but I think it feeds some like
You seem a little angry.
I don't know what it because
That's
like
just Mikey.
well along with like the
Do you want to talk about something else?
Yeah. Well, no, because we never really get a chance to talk about it, and we've been kind of like bypassing it, and I feel like it's kind of making us seem like we're not in tune to current events. But you know, it's just been kind of like, you know, there's all these cop killings, and or there's killings by cops, and then everybody's like, well, don't break the law, and it's like it's not that easy. It doesn't boil down to you don't break the law. I mean, because if you mean it like that, you going 56 and a 55, you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
But like, there's no like compassion. There's no real fucking. I don't know. It's just like nobody's like.
But it's like it's a weird dynamic that's going on. It's because like all this stuff that's happening, it's everybody's throwing it out on you, but it's also opening your eyes to things that are going on, even if it's taken the wrong way. There's like so many.
I
different
think a little
back
bit
and
too.
forth.
I think a little bit too. If you and I were just to shoot the shit and we're going to talk, there's a little bit of accountability because you'd be like, "Yeah, shut the fuck up." Nobody does that on Facebook. People post this shit about their feelings, this, that, and the other thing. Nobody goes, "Shut the fuck up. You're stupid."
Some people do.
I
Well,
do.
we-
I haven't
we-
seen it.
You can do that on your personal page, but on our page, we can't really do that. All we can do is delete the
The
comment
comment,
and
yeah.
then ban the person.
Mhm.
But in the beginning, we used to get into arguments. Well, not Tina.
Well,
but-
because you want to defend.
Yeah.
You want
Right.
to defend what you
right,
what you
right.
believe
So
in.
I'd defend it a little bit, and then it would be, you know, whoever that hater's followers were. Now they're jumping in, and
Oh,
and,
it's-
and I'm
Well,
really
and the
I'm
truth-
fighting this ghost. It's
Right.
Like I
And-
can't, no,
yeah, I see in
and it
that
could-
aspect you can't keep.
and it could be a
feeding
14-year-old
12-year-old kid in
Yeah.
South
Right.
Africa going, "Hey, mate, go fuck yourself."
And the funny thing is there's a 1,000 positive comments, and you read one negative comment,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Oh, doesn't
well,
it make
see,
you
and
feel
that's what
awful?
happened
Yeah.
is, you know, and thankfully enough, we, and I mean like 95% me and 5%
yeah, it really
Paul, but
affected Tina. That
yeah,
negative
I mean,
stuff.
the last couple months I've really managed to get some thick skin, but it definitely affected me. I mean, I wasn't, you know, hardly sleeping. I wasn't eating. You know.
Really?
Oh yeah. And Paul was like, I'm not going to watch you do this to yourself. So you're going to make a decision. Either you grow some thick skin with the quickness, or we say it's not worth it. He's like, but it is interesting that you can read thousands and thousands of positive, supportive comments,
It
and
just
then you
takes that
read
one.
one and done. And I'm like, gosh, you know what? Matter of perspective. Like, you're absolutely right.
That's kind of with
So-
everything, though. It's like the guy at work who messes up all the time, but then he does one good thing and then he gets praised for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the exact opposite.
It is funny.
That
how
sounded
the-
like
how
a jab.
Just
at
the one
bit.
comment. What's good about, I guess, Facebook and YouTube, you can delete those comments or you could approve them. So it's like, even though you're the one still reading them, like it hurts you, but it could not hurt your image because you know you could get all that stuff off there and just keep what you want
Yeah,
on there.
it's a lot easier to delete them. We can't set it to approve every comment because then that'd be
was
our
that?
whole life. Like,
Somebody
a
just
light.
flew off.
Yeah, it flew and hit me.
All right, you okay?
No.
You want a hug?
Yeah.
That was weird.
I saw. I was gonna say I saw pictures of you guys shooting something. What are you guys working on? Something top secret, or can we know?
Well, we have over 10,000.
What do you mean, literally shooting? Because she was literally shooting.
That true story. We have over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, so they allow access to their YouTube studios in LA for channels who have over 10,000
cool.
subscribers. So I think we have about 22,000 on YouTube. And so we're able to go down, use their cameras. They have 20 stages.
They got a
Really?
badass studio.
I mean,
man.
it is.
I bet.
It's
It
set.
is.
I can only
Sound
imagine.
mixer, green room.
Whenever
No
Makeup?
cost.
They provide
No cost.
everything for free,
Wow.
but people. And there's people
Like
there
crew.
if you really
Right.
like crew. But if you need technical assistance or something like that, those people. are
Did you
there.
guys
Wow,
meet
that's cool.
the Leave Britney Alone dude yet?
That guy's awesome.
He doesn't work at
Yeah.
YouTube.
I want to meet.
No,
that
there
guy.
was a Weezer video where they had gotten all like the big YouTube stars, like, and not stars, but like the regular kids that just was able to get those views. So they did a whole video, and I'm trying to remember what song it was that they did.
Beverly Hills.
It wasn't Beverly
No?
Hills.
Well, did they have all the YouTube people in that?
No. Damn, I can't remember.
Sorry, I'll find it.
Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Jared's on
because
the
it was a
job.
cool one. They had
We had the
everybody. They
interwebs
got
on.
everybody that
Did they
was.
have
like-
Charlie bit my finger? Was he in it?
Oh,
I-
yeah, I know what
I-
you're talking about. I totally.
what video was that?
I remember seeing it. It was the guy, and then the Chocolate Rain guy was in it.
I
That's
know
fun.
it was
Yeah,
their
yeah.
it was their rendition of Pork and Beans.
Yeah, Porky. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool
I
one.
haven't seen that.
Huh? Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah,
check
it was
that
Pork
out.
and Beans.
Yeah, look at the Pork and Beans one that has
You're
all
just
like
so behind.
the big-
I
You're
know.
just
I
so
just feel like we're like.
God.
We were there a month ago, and there's
where they at?
someone
They down here in
filming-
LA, right?
What were they filming? Shave It Off. This woman, you would recognize her. She does a bunch of parodies on YouTube, and she was.
I'm
doing
not
a
into
Taylor
shaving
Swift thing.
chicks. I don't watch those.
She was shaving it off, and it was kind of weird that she was there, but
Yeah, it was really cool. So we're going to be actually releasing what we did at the YouTube studios tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, awesome!
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know what? It's I mean, you guys know this. I was, in drama and improv in high school, and I was SAG at the age of 7, and I definitely have, a background with theater and acting. I love it. And so it's something that's like still such a part of me. And, I don't know how the audience is going to receive it, but at the end of the day,
Doesn't matter.
Paul and
don't
I
care.
are
You're
doing
lighthearted
it.
people,
Yeah,
and
it's fun,
you know
man.
what? Life is too short to not try.
Right?
You know
new
what's great?
adventures.
At the age that you guys are now, to be able to be doing this
Yeah.
is awesome. I'm not saying that you guys are old, but I'm just saying, like, think
that
about
sounds
it.
like what you're saying. Though.
No, but well, think about it. Like, usually we get to do this stuff when you're young and as a kid, because then you got real life hits you in the face, and
Right, you have bills.
you got bills, and you're
Don't have to do time as if
right.
that's what everybody
And so
says.
to be able to continue doing what you love to do at this point in time, it's really like, what how does it get any better
Dude,
than that?
it is so fun. I mean, it's just fun doing this with Tina. I mean, we mess around all the time. We try to figure out what we're gonna do. We play with songs. We come up with our ideas. Going to the YouTube studios was awesome, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like we've had America's Got Talent called us. They want us to go on the show, so we're thinking about that. We had some talk shows call. We're working on that. I mean, it's just
So
so
what is the biggest
weird.
thing you guys been on since then, like to date?
Well, we were on like most of the major TV networks, or channel news stations. So we were on first was 7, and then 4. No, then 5, and then 4. So
Yeah,
channel.
you're talking
ABC
local? So, like-
I'm sorry, local. Yeah,
So ABC 7 and
ABC
NBC.
7, KTLA, and then NBC. So
Yeah, we don't want to say who our favorite is in case they're listening.
No.
right,
I was gonna
They're
recommend.
all pretty
they're
good,
all our
right?
favorite.
I was gonna
yeah.
recommend instead of the next one. Hear me out. Instead
Here
of a
we go.
car, I'm just saying maybe you guys do a sing along in a tractor, right? No,
Why?
In a tractor.
I don't know.
That is so
Tractor.
AV, man.
Yeah, I love it. Or on a motorcycle, motorcycles.
Yeah.
Do you still go back to the AV? Do you still got family up there?
I do. My grandma lives up there. My oldest brother Scott lives up there. My mom's moving back from Florida sometime this next year, so she'll be back there. And so I got some
So
family
wait, so
there.
you two guys, you still live there,
I do still live there, yeah.
and you're
Which is crazy.
from there.
Yeah,
Now, where are you from? Like Lake LA, like in the sticks.
I
where
lived in
Tina was?
Palmdale. I lived in Palmdale for I don't know how long, and then I moved to Lake LA when I was like 5, and I moved out when I was 18.
Does Lake LA still count as AV? Isn't that like
I don't know what it
Victorville
counts
or
at.
Vegas
No.
or
You ever seen The
Nevada,
Hills Have
like-
Eyes? No, I don't know what.
That's what I say.
Right?
That's so crazy that you say that.
Serious.
It's
It
not
is.
that bad. Is it?
It is
Oh,
that
he's
bad.
saying
It is
drove-
that bad. Actually,
I went back there the other day. I went to his house and I was like, I'm gonna drive down my old street.
Yeah.
I drove down my old street and it was
Memory
so creepy.
lane.
There was a stop sign in the middle of the road, and I was like, "Yeah." I
Did it
gotta
have
just
bullet
go.
holes in it? I'm just guessing.
No.
It might. It was somebody backed into it, and it was in the street. And this is like on a Friday night. And I'm like, I'm going home.
See, this is so crazy because from where I grew up from, and then how I moved up to the AV when I was 15, it was like Pleasantville, compared to where I came from. And
Where'd you come from?
I grew up in East LA,
Oh, okay.
and so I mean,
So
it
it was like suburbs.
I was gonna
to
make
you?
a joke and say, "Where'd you come from? East LA?"
yeah, no, that'd be pretty good.
Where'd you grow up? Where did you grow up, Paul?
Northridge, pretty much. Valley boy.
And you kind of stayed in the same area your whole life.
I lived in South America for a couple years.
South America. What brought you
Yeah.
out there?
My dad, we drove down there when I was a kid.
You drove to South America.
Can you believe that?
It's just so
He
crazy.
just left you
Bless
there.
There's like
his
seven
mom.
of us.
Wait,
Seven
where
of
did you
us.
drive? Where do you drive down there from?
Listen, we
South
jumped
Sudan?
in a.
This was like 19.
It was like 1978. Oh, I'm a little older, so we
Wow,
drove. We,
actually, how you don't? I'm thrown off now. 1978, and you
Yeah.
remember it?
oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I was 10 years old. Now you can do the math. Now I'm 46. So we jumped in a motorhome. My family. There were 7 of us. A 26-foot Pace Arrow, and drove to Argentina. My dad's from Argentina, so
Okay.
that was the
Cool.
reason we did it.
I'm retarded because I thought you said South Africa.
Yeah,
And-
you were saying Salsa Day.
I don't think you could drive there, Mike.
That's why I was like, so let me get this straight. You drove to South Africa.
Yeah.
I think if you go back on the
It was,
podcast,
it was long. It was a long journey. We went over the top of the world.
Right.
So,
South America.
How long were you out there for?
2 years. So we spent a year and a half driving down there, and then stayed down
It's
there for a few
long
months.
drive.
Where did you?
From what I remember, it's pretty awesome. My
It was
mom
probably
wrote a
fun,
book
yeah.
about it, which I'm reading right now. It
That's
just
cool.
came
Where did you
out.
guys end up
Wow.
at down there?
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires.
So we stayed there for a few months, and actually stayed in Rio for a month or so.
Yeah.
All over the
I
place.
always want to go to Rio. My wife's family's from Chile,
Oh.
so I've been
Let
meaning
me
to
tell
get
you,
down there.
I from what I remember,
That's so
I wish
cool.
I knew then what I know now, because I was only 10 at the time or 11.
Everybody.
But
Everybody.
I know my older brothers were having a great time.
Oh,
See,
sure
if
they
I
were.
knew-
Last
If
time.
I knew what
You
I know
poor
now,
thing.
if I knew what I know
Right.
now in high school, Tina wouldn't have been married. Just saying.
Hey yo.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
My last name would be Miller. What?
What? What?
No, we've been talking about that recently. Just like driving around here, going, God, if we had this knowledge now, when we were 16, it'd be horrible.
Wouldn't that be
It'd
awesome?
be devastating.
Oh yeah, because I'd be the owner of Facebook, Google, and
Right, yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You would have learned coding and thought of the
No,
idea.
I would have just hired a bunch of little Chinese dudes that were
You
pretty
would have
smart.
done Hot or Not.
Hot or Not? Yeah, remember that?
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, right.
I totally forgot about Hot or Not.
Ah,
That
I
was
forgot about that. Good one, T.
thank you.
good pull.
Not saying I was, a member. or
You
anything
were
like
looking
that.
at your accounts.
You'd have thought of MySpace. Remember that one? I don't know.
MySpace is big.
She's like, why am I not a 10,000?
I think
right
mine's
now?"
floating. My MySpace is floating around in the ether.
It's out there.
somewhere.
It's
I
still
can't
there.
delete it.
I think MySpace is somebody else's now. Somebody else's
It's a
space.
space.
It's not-
Right? Right?
It's still there. Anything you ever put there is still there.
No, you could delete the account.
No way. I tried to delete the
dude.
account, and they were like, "We're gonna send you 7 forms, and you gotta sign them, have them certified, send them back to us."
No.
Yeah.
How were you gonna do? You remember your password and everything to get into MySpace?
No. I tried to delete it. So what did I? No, I do because I'm one of those guys that puts
Same password.
same password on my luggage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anybody? No. So I remember. I was
That's your
space-
password to everything? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I borrow your ATM card?
that was a Spaceballs reference. You don't remember? You remember Spaceballs?
I was really high when I watched that.
Watch it again, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's what that stupid dude was talking about." No, so I just was like, I gotta get rid of this. I can't have this floating around because it's got like all my really cool pictures with like baggy pants and whatnot.
Your
Oh, you're
solos.
so cool.
My bandanas under my
I
hat.
know what you mean. I learned that lesson.
You know, I think that's one big thing. Like if I could go back, I'd not get a couple tattoos, and I would.
I would not get this BAP tattoo. That thing is still there. It's still there. I try to tan
That
it,
says
just my
BAP.
arm.
I told you, you got to lie about what it means.
I know.
What does it mean?
Well,
should
At the
say it's
time, it meant
hieroglyphics.
badass
Yeah.
pimp, right?
Now everybody knows.
Now it means bold, ambitious, and powerful.
What?
There you go. I like it.
I think you should go the other way around with that.
I know.
What it meant and what it means now. Badass pimp is kind of cool.
I was 18. What are you gonna do?
Paul
Alright,
has a
not get a
sweet.
Not get tattoos.
Oh, where's your
Tattoo.
tattoos? Where's your
Tina,
tattoo?
Machelachem.
Paul
Nope.
has an amazing
Did
tattoo.
you learn that in Argentina?
That's a
Father of the bride.
Father of the bride.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a couple.
You have a tramp stamp?
I can't show.
Oh, you have? Do you have a son on your back?
I can't show.
Please
you.
tell me you have a son.
Okay, hold on. On
A half moon.
if you had an option to get it removed, would you get it removed?
100%. I'm actually thinking about getting them.
How old were you?
I was probably 25.
Oh, 25.
Ooh, that's
That's
you should not
So
get.
I was in legal drinking age. So there's
Right,
kind
right,
of-
right,
That's old enough to know
Hold on.
better.
If you're 25 and you're still getting
Just
shitty
saying.
tattoos, you need to stop.
It's
all
not a
right?
shitty tattoo.
No, no, I'm just for
It's
the,
a stupid tattoo.
it's for the listeners.
I think from
Oh, okay, that's different. Hey, you know?
I think from like 18 to 23, somebody should be like, there should be something going. Look,
You gotta like.
Look,
your
Oh,
parents
that'd be
still has to
great
sign
if
for you.
if you can't get a tattoo till you're 23.
I'm just saying, it's like,
That's perfect.
I think you should
You're
have
not
to do
gonna
a
want that.
sobriety test. Like you should be able to.
well, they
walk
won't
a
tattoo you
line.
if you're drunk now.
No,
They
not
won't do
anymore.
it.
Well, some people will.
That's bullshit.
I got
But-
tattooed.
They
yeah.
will.
No,
There should be fines for shitty
people-
tattoos on the artist and on yourself. So like if somebody like walking by is like, that's a shitty tattoo. I need to know who did that. And
And
They
a
go get
stupid tattoo.
Can you sue somebody over a shitty tattoo?
I don't
Because
think
you have to sign a release when you get a tattoo, so you
I
can't.
thought there was like an AIDS.
No,
thing.
there was that one thing where the ex-girlfriend went to go get the tattoo and he drew like the steaming pile of poop on their back. He was supposed to.
I
It was
saw that.
steamy?
It was like flies, everything.
First off,
Oof.
don't go to your ex-boyfriend and get a tattoo.
That's awesome.
Because if it ended, there's never been like a boyfriend-girlfriend ending on just like, hey, we're cool. We don't want to be dating. anymore.
Handshake.
I hate,
No.
and I
Yeah.
always hate when
High
I
Like
five.
something went down.
keep
let's
tracking.
be friends.
Yeah.
Let's
It's like you probably
High
slept with my
five.
roommate.
Right.
You
I
know what I
thought
mean?
good times. So yeah, you go that way. I'm gonna go this way.
You never hear everything's going great.
I think every
I'm just
guy
in
wishes
love with
that
you. But
took
you know
place,
what?
but-
Let's
KIT.
separate.
Let's separate. Let's just try it out. Meanwhile, do a back piece on my back.
Can you put a flower back?
Although we
there?
should Snopes that. We should see if that tattoo is for real. Like did a boyfriend put tattoo a pile of shit on
poopy
her?
tattoo.
Yeah.
I saw a tattoo where somebody like pieced in a dick
on the
someone.
butterfly.
No, somebody got a tattoo and he just there's a dick in there. It took a while for the dude to realize. He was like, I got a dick.
He probably
We were
had
talking
a-
about tattoos.
What if he had a
last
tattoo
podcast.
of a
It's
dick
false.
on his dick? That'd be kind of weird.
It's false.
It's false.
It's ironic.
Oh, look, see,
Oh.
I love Snopes, man.
It says
What's it?
it says a
We're
lawsuit by
anxiously
his
waiting.
ex-girlfriend. She claims that her boyfriend was supposed to tattoo a scene from Narnia on her back, but instead tattooed an image of a pile of excrement.
Man, that was
with
supposed to be a
flies
good
buzzing around.
story.
And it's like a huge tattoo, but no,
It's
it's
fake.
fake.
Oh.
I'd almost take a piece of shit over a scene from Narnia,
It's the same thing.
right?
They're
You
both
give it a
stinky
choice.
too.
Yeah. Narnia or shit?
All right,
don't
you
know.
don't have to tell me what you got, but I just want to go through a couple of categories and just tell me if I got the category right.
All right.
Is it a cartoon character?
No.
Is
Are
it,
we playing 20 questions?
wait, wait,
No,
wait.
no, no. I won't go. I won't do 20. I won't kill the listeners with 20 questions.
Is it text in Old English?
No, it is not text.
Is it?
This narrows it down now, buddy.
Is it a mythical creature?
It is not a
So
mythical.
it's not a unicorn.
Not a
it
unicorn.
A symbol of some sort.
It's not a centaur.
It's not a
A
symbol.
foreign language.
All right. Do you guys want to see it?
yeah, now it's.
Jeez.
All right. I'm
This
curious.
is kind of weird. How are we doing? All right.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Curious.
it is on your lower back. Oh, I gotta describe to you what it is. Is it cool if I describe what it is?
Describe it.
good.
Well, first of all,
Okay,
we're
I'm
just
good.
gonna-
I got it.
totally the opposite of what I was thinking.
That's not that bad,
It's,
actually.
it's not
It's
bad.
actually kind of.
Except it's in a bad location.
Well, he said it's in a bad location.
It's not bad. Like I was expecting, like a
If it's-
sun or a moonbeam. Or,
Hold on. I'm gonna say if it was an inch lower, it would have to count as a tramp stamp. I'm just saying you barely got by. But let me describe to you what it is. Is it cool if I describe it?
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so this has to be one of the most original tattoos I've seen
Yes.
because
Well, you know, I had it made.
you did have it made.
I did have it. I had
You
it
had it
drawn up.
commissioned.
You had a friend who knew how to
had a
draw, and you're like,
commission.
"You draw me
I
something
actually,
rad."
I actually took a page out of a magazine and sent it to an artist, and the artist made it.
So
So I
it's-
got drunk a couple times when I got this. So then he sent me back the sketch, and then I went back to the tattoo place and had it done.
All right, I want you to picture John Daly, when he's dead.
It is all
Does it-
bones.
It doesn't look like a fat skeleton, does it?
You think John Daly's skeleton's
That's-
fat just
it's
because he's
a fat
fat?
skeleton.
It's messed up, dude.
I mean, you could have picked anybody. You could
I
have
know.
said-
I just John Daly's my favorite because,
He's a drunk.
I think
Yeah.
John Daly's awesome.
dude, what? I mean, okay, look,
Well, that's the
I
best
think golf.
job ever. What John Daly was doing, being drunk, playing
yeah.
golf. Didn't
Think
give
about
a
golf.
shit.
Sure.
Golf and
Smoking
baseball,
free.
dude. I think you could be a wreck.
He
And,
was
and
a
as long as
drunk,
you can do
A
good.
smoker,
off.
a gambler, and a golfer. He's like the man's man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to walk to the next hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, no, they do.
Yeah, he walked.
He walks.
does he walk?
They
Yeah,
walk
they
in those
walk.
tournaments. They don't do.
You know,
the
he
carts.
walks a
You don't
little
get a cart?
slower. He walks a little slower than everybody else, but
Not in a straight line.
not in a straight line.
It's like John Daly is the like John McEnroe of golf,
He
right?
is, yeah. But
But I don't
better,
know, maybe-
but cooler.
I think he's more like the Peter Griffin of golf. But,
Yeah.
but you know, same thing.
All right. So what was the thought behind getting a skeleton hitting a golf? So you're a golfer? Tell me you're a golfer.
I am a golfer.
Okay, because then it would be even weirder.
In fact, at the
Just
time,
hanging around
at the
golf
time I
courses
was
going, "Look at my
golfing-
tattoo."
At the time, I was golfing like almost every day. So I was,
All right, so
I was
you're into
golfing.
golf. What did you
Not-
think when you first saw that tattoo?
Don't tell him everything.
You know what I thought? I thought of that
tell
Mickey
them
Mouse cartoon where the skeletons were dancing.
You guys must have been out like swimming somewhere, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
Bingo.
Yeah,
Right?
I
yeah.
had just barely knew her.
Yeah, you came over to my apartment and I was like, "Yeah, let's go to the pool. Let's hang out."
No,
That's
I'm
actually
good.
what
I'm
you
good. I don't
said.
swim.
Right. Full on like
Paul, you gonna take, she's
wetsuit.
like, Paul, you gonna take a shirt off? You're going.
No,
to the
I keep
pool?"
it on for the sun.
you,
I cut it off for the
got,
sun.
you got flippers and a goggle set on.
I'm good.
Well, do you have water wings?
Snorkels.
And then that shirt came off and I was like,
You were sold.
and then I knew.
Oh, was it early where you don't say anything?
Oh yeah, it was too
Yeah,
soon.
I felt
Definitely
she
too
was-
What is the
soon.
buffer where you're like, look, we need to talk? What is that time frame?
Let's talk about that tattoo.
She was impressed. There's more. There's more on the
She
top.
was impressed.
She wasn't looking at that tramp stamp that you guys did. There's better ones in other places.
He was trying to like,
like
make it's an illusion. Like don't just
Did he
focus
make
on
it
that.
dance? He made it dance.
Was that Pete and Pete where he had the
Yeah,
grill
yeah,
tattooed?
yeah. Pete and Pete, Nickelodeon. Do you remember Pete and Pete?
No.
I remember. yeah.
Come on, Nickelodeon.
There was the ginger kid,
yeah, it was two ginger kids.
and he
Pete
had a
Pete.
tattoo,
Oh.
and he used to make her dance.
You don't know this, Paul, because
I'm
you were like
thinking Doug.
75 when this came out.
Doug is what I used to watch.
Doug.
Oh,
Nickelodeon.
Doug.
Oh, Doug.
Mayonnaise.
Do 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 do.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Oh man!
Love
So
it.
you
You know,
guys,
it's
I think you
attracted
guys
to
are
her,
closer
she's
in
a
age
cartoon.
then, huh?
Doug.
No, I'm
Roscoe's
talking about
Mar-
your age.
Who?
I'm
Jared?
27.
Oh, I'm 30. I'm 20.
You're what?
How old did I tell you I was?
How old are you?
You're not 30 yet, are you?
31.
You're 31. You're how?
What?
Where'd you?
Eh?
Where'd you
Huh?
where'd
I mean, if you
grade-
think I'm
Wait a
younger,
minute,
I'm
wait
not
a
going to
minute.
correct that. You know what
Are
I'm
you
saying?
really? You're 31?
Are you a billionaire? Because that's what you told me.
You told me you were 21.
Snaps.
No, I like
31.
like so. There's Roscoe's Modern Life.
Right.
Was the best.
I
And
remember there was a
Doug,
cloud that drank
Aw,
prune
Real
juice to make it
Monsters.
snow.
You know, Roscoe's. Is Roscoe right? That was
Rocco's.
Rocco.
Rocco.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco. He was a sex like phone call. Like you could call him in, and he was like a sex talker. That's what his job
Who's
was.
a phone
you,
sex
you were
worker?
watching some different
No, I'm
cartoons than I
telling you.
was.
Come
I
on,
don't know.
Nickelodeon?
No, you gotta watch it. That's what he did.
That's interesting. But you know what's funny? Like I watched the later cartoons, so like Cat Dog.
Yeah,
was
I
cool.
remember that one.
Cat Dog was good. I remember Cat Dog.
No,
Cat
I'm
Dog
like
is cool.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Whoa,
No,
when
that's
there's still what you
Disney.
call DW. Darkwing
I got my
Duck.
kids addicted to Darkwing Duck and what's the ducks? The three little.
Rescue Rangers.
No.
No.
DuckTales.
Thank you.
DuckTales.
Yes.
Okay, you know, there's two different
Got
types
it.
of cartoon categories in your life. There's the kid cartoon that you like,
Right.
and then there's your adult cartoon.
classic.
that you like.
Or
The-
like
the-
South
the-
Park.
When you were an
Stepping
adult, what's your
Stone-
adult cartoon?
The stepping stone was Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy's awesome.
Because I used to watch like G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, then Ren and Stimpy. I was like, oh, this is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Well, my adult
And then it
cartoon,
was
like you
Beavis
mean
and
like,
Butthead.
Like
Yeah,
when
Beavis
Family
and Butthead.
Guy.
My adult cartoon is Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead was great.
Mike Judge was so great. That I mean, that's just. I think that's where that stems from. And then plus, MTV. I saw a funny thing like, MTV was so good back in the day that even their cartoons played videos.
Yeah.
Because they don't play videos anymore.
know.
And not that,
Ah.
dude. I have not been on MTV.
I don't even know where that channel
I don't know
is.
neither.
I haven't had cable in
I don't think
6
I-
years.
I don't know how you survive.
We're gonna do a fundraiser
So
for
yeah,
Jared
how
out
do
there.
you
So if you
survive?
guys,
I don't
That's
watch
ridiculous.
TV.
What do you do? Just stare at the wall?
Watch movies.
You know, a couple
Any
of my
crit-
friends have said the same thing. Like, nah, I don't have cable. I'm like,
You're insane.
wow.
See, my wife wants it like because she'd watch the shit like Cake Bosses and
Kardashians.
all that shit, and I can't watch it. Like I get mad.
Did you say cake? Cake?
Do you
bosses?
kick over the cable box?
I don't know.
I get mad.
Is this what you do all day?
I just I
You're like, I'm
really,
shutting it off.
I hate reality TV. Like I just really can't stand.
I
it.
don't. I don't know of any reality shows I watch. Do you guys watch reality shows?
No.
Oh, you know what? But these fall under are different categories because Pawn Stars is a reality show.
See, like MythBusters, I liked. That's
Oh.
technically
That's a
Is that reality?
Yeah, that's reality.
Kind of look
Yeah.
like one of the guys from MythBusters. Just
You
saying.
actually do
Fred-
look
I
like
think we
one
found
of
a
the guys.
doppelganger over
Savage?
here.
What's his name?
But yeah,
Oh.
I was gonna say Fred Savage. It's not Fred
I
Savage.
know, not the Wonder
It's
Wonder
Years.
something Savage.
What's his name?
Which
It's
I used to
something
watch.
Savage. I can't
Savage,
remember
yeah.
his name.
Jamie.
But
Jamie's.
No,
No.
Jamie's
no,
the
to
dude with
the
the
other guy
mustache.
with the
Yeah.
beret.
No, but
Rocking
that
that
show
beret.
that would be like the coolest job to work for
All right,
MythBusters.
now I'm gonna tell you what my pet peeve. I hate the word pet peeve, but I've been
Pet
using-
peeve?
Pet peeve?
Pet peeve. With
Sign that? Can you sign
MythBusters,
Pet peeve?
look, I promise MythBusters. I promise you, I will watch the whole show. Just play everything.
I know.
I hate that they cut through because look, at the end of the day, we're still watching everything. Like I want to know how he's gonna get out of 10 tons of sand. I do. I want to see it. But they're like, no, we're gonna have to put this one towards
Yeah.
the end. I'm gonna watch it all. I can't leave.
Dude, that's what they do in all reality TV shows. They give you those cliffhangers, and it's like then you sit there. And I just watched Apartment something for an
Joe's
hour,
Apartment?
and like I just wanted to see how they remodeled this house, and it takes you an hour to get there, and you're like, God damn it, and then you watch the next one.
There is a reality show I watch.
DVR.
There is one. It's the only one I watch. It is the Mystery of Oak Island.
You watch that?
What is
yeah.
that?
What is
They're
that?
trying to dig up
They're
this
looking
treasure.
for this treasure.
There's
I'm
a
like,
fucking treasure.
the
You know
island's
what
like-
it is? He's a
They're
pirate
gonna
in,
get to
at
it.
heart.
I am a pirate.
So he's looking for treasure.
There's a
Arr.
fucking treasure.
There to be
literally,
treasure.
the island is about a quarter square mile.
I want to let you
Yeah,
guys know that
like-
he's not allowed to go on Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland anymore.
kicked me off.
because he keeps going.
I got confused. I went to that pirate show where they, it's like medieval times. When I went to the pirate one, they thought it was a cast.
You're supposed to be.
Like
was
he's
so good.
he's sitting in the audience, and he just comes out with a sword.
True story. Paul is banned from Disneyland for life.
No, I'm not supposed to bring everything.
Oh, but hold on, that's a good story though. Hold on,
Sure is.
wait. Okay,
They saw
no,
the
it's not
tattoo?
hard. It's not hard to get banned from Disneyland for life. My dad used to work at Disneyland. He worked for HP, but he worked at Disneyland.
Is your last name Disney?
No.
Oh, okay, just checking. Just checking.
Hey, I'll tell you,
Making
I
sure.
would not be working here.
Is your photo posted?
What my phone?
How do you get banned from?
When- Paul's photo is.
What?
It wasn't you, right?
What do you mean? No,
Your
my
pho-
photo
like-
was up there. Yeah, I don't know how long for, but
Like just your mugshot, your Disney mugshot.
mugshot means you were arrested. I was not.
Did you sneak in? You
Was
snuck
not.
into the park?
Do you really want to hear the story?
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna
We brought you all the way out here
I'm
to
gonna
not hear this
summarize.
story.
I was really young and really stupid and got caught doing something dumb and banned for life. Is that short enough?
I got you. All right. We don't need. I get it. But like,
Just
let's,
one of them
let's
things.
just say this: they don't like when
It's not hard to
when
get-
guests of the park take the tram and take people to their cars while
So
intoxicated.
you drove the tram. Let's pretty much say that.
Yeah, I drove the tram.
No, but he was like picking people up.
Oh, wait.
Just like this is.
Okay,
people
hold
were
on.
getting on and off
Hold
the
on.
tram.
There is nothing to be ashamed of in that because I'd argue to say that I've never done anything that cool or spontaneous. So
You know what?
cheers to you, man. You drove
Yeah.
the tram. What? That's not.
That's pretty
anything to-
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
the funny thing is, Paul's driving the tram like full speed, and it's going like what, 0.08
Yeah, full
miles
speed is
an hour.
going like 5 miles an hour.
Did you make any announcements while you were on the tram?
I did make announcements.
Did you make them in
I was
Spanish?
like,
Yes.
I stopped the tram. It was me and my friend. He was driving actually most
Por
of the
favor.
time, and I was the announcer guy. I'm like, we are at Lot A, everybody. Lot A. If you are parked in Lot A, here's where you.
So you
wanna
guys did a
exit.
job. You did a good job.
I think we did a good job until we drove off the property and into the hotel, and that's when they got upset, and that's when they started chasing us.
Oh man.
So
Were you arrested?
I was not arrested. I bailed out, and my friend Daryl, who was slightly more intoxicated and driving the tram, thought he was actually working for Disneyland,
Oh,
and
no.
kept going, and they got him. And then the guy I was with, my boss at the time, who will remain nameless, He's like, okay,
Mickey?
we got to find out what happened to. We'll call him Daryl. What happened to Daryl?
I-
You know, let's just. I'm just gonna say I lost my keys. We're gonna go down to security and see if we can hear anything. So we go. I'm like, okay. At the time, I was 19 years old, I think, or 20. And we go down to security, and we're standing there, and he's like, "Hi, I lost my keys." And they're like, "Really? No one's turned them in." And they're looking for it and trying to find out. And we look through this one-way mirror window, and we can see in another room. And Daryl's in there, handcuffed
Oh, were you
in
serious?
the
Wow.
chair, and just bleeding, like, yeah, bleeding. So we leave there, and my boss talks me into going back in and confessing, and we did. And by the time we got there, the sheriffs were there, and they said, listen, if you guys don't press charges against Disneyland for what they did to Daryl, we won't press charges against you, and let's just call it a day and never come back.
Wow.
Thanks for ruining every story I've ever had.
So how did you get intoxicated?
Apparently,
Butt funneling.
Apparently, you know, I'm a lot
Vodka
older than
enema.
you guys.
Put that mic up.
I'm a lot older than you guys, and back in the day, nobody really nobody cared about ID back then. I mean, if you had someone else's ID, they didn't look at the picture.
Did they even have it back then?
I don't want to give this away because I don't want people to find out. So apparently, you could take a Camelback.
Oh, yeah, just
into
fill it up.
Disneyland,
Oh, yeah.
and they don't ever check
a water
Camelback.
bottle. You could fill it up.
You serious?
You don't need
But
to
no,
yell
I'm
at
the
me
king
like
of
that.
sneaking booze into shit.
But how did
I see
you?
booze everywhere.
Did they have?
Oh no, I was
serve drinks?
we were there for. I was there for.
No.
I was a plumber back then.
And
we were there
Disneyland
for a
doesn't allow alcohol or doesn't sell alcohol. California Adventure.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Well,
you're
this
over
is
Yeah.
way
Yeah,
back
before
in
that.
the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were there for a convention for work, and we were at the hotel, and we
Oh.
just went right to the bar and got drunk. So
Yeah.
So you weren't at the park.
Good
we
plan.
weren't at. Well, we were kind of. I don't know. Not in
I
the
don't-
park.
Dude, I don't think I've been in a bigger convention center than the Anaheim Convention Center. That thing is massive. You could. It's like an airplane hangar.
Bigger than Vegas.
Have you ever
Like-
been to CES?
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
CES
Oh
or
my
SeaWorld.
gosh.
That's probably why.
We were there.
CES.
We were there
Oh.
last year, and that was the
It's
craziest
this.
thing I've
It's
ever
the
seen.
Vegas Convention Center, right? Where they
Yeah.
have NAB and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, it's huge. They had SEMA there. You ever been to SEMA?
Yeah, it's where SEMA is.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys used to drink in high school?
No,
That was Zima.
Oh, Zima.
And Zima's delicious.
Pita's
And it
It
there.
is
was
delicious.
Zima.
No, I've never actually been to another convention other than the.
Yeah, Anaheim's small compared to.
Are you
compared to
serious?
Oh,
Las Vegas.
CES is.
Okay, you guys been to the Anaheim one though, right?
Yeah, CES
I've
is
been
the
there before.
business.
And it's pretty big, right?
It is
Am I
big.
am I wrong? Because LA, it's not. The LA Convention Center is nowhere near the size of Anaheim.
It's about the same size.
How big's the
No
one
way, because the
where
square,
they do
like
Comic-Con?
so, with Anaheim,
Oh,
it's like
you're right. I haven't been
3
to
or
that
4
one.
floors,
Hey, but the one in
Oh,
San
yeah, that's
Diego,
true.
though.
and
I
then
haven't been to
the
that
LA
one.
Convention Center is only 2 floors.
But the LA Convention Center is like
Little
4
flat.
buildings.
Yeah, it's different
It's
buildings.
a lot of buildings.
But I haven't been to the Comic Con in San Diego.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know
sure
how
that one's
that
big.
is.
Dude, good luck getting down there. If you're not flying
I didn't
in,
want to deal with that.
it's horrible.
I was at the we shot the Star Trek reunion in
Calgary.
Calgary, Canada, and it was fucking packed. It was packed in Calgary and it was cold as shit. This place gets so cold they have like basements for the buses. It's crazy.
What time of year did you guys go?
Yeah,
there?
when was that? It was all June.
Just a little
No,
fun.
right. I was walking around the fucking park in June. No, I don't remember, but I don't know. It was in Calgary. We went and shot this. It was cold as hell. And I remember the bus stops had like enclosures at like a cave. It got so cold with tunnels that went to buildings.
Oh wow.
I was like, who lives here? Why
Right.
would you want to live in such places where you got to?
I'm just picturing you like the guy in Cool Runnings walking out.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
A little fun fact: the biggest convention center in the U.S. is McCormick Place in Chicago, 2.6 million square feet.
Jeez, dude.
And then that's first. Then Orange County Convention Center in Orlando is the second biggest.
You know what, Mike?
County.
Orlando.
Orlando though, not in
Oh,
there.
oh,
I'm kind of pissed off. Jared sounds all smart because he's got the laptop.
I know.
so
I'm like, he's
stupid.
throwing out facts.
You know,
and
but he
stuff.
You
actually-
guys all have smartphones,
but
right?
his
No.
his voice sounds smart too. I don't think he needs a laptop.
No, he's
Right.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
His
He can
voice
pull
is
it off.
sexy.
He threw-
I
he-
made him record like some stories for me to go to sleep.
And his voicemail.
his voice is.
He's like, "Hello, this is Sean Miller."
He's
Not
like,
available.
Sean, hello.
I
you
do
are
storybooks for his
Although
kids,
he
actually.
did threaten to quit today.
tired. Oh, what happened?
He
Well,
would.
Mikey was giving me shit.
So he wanted to quit on me.
Oh, this
No.
is good.
Quit
Yeah.
what?
Do tell.
So look,
He wanted to quit you on the mountain.
he wanted to quit me on the mountain, right? So with us in this podcast, which we've had a great, listener response, and we're really thankful for that. And so Sean and I, we got
Don't drag me into this shit. I
the
didn't do
Twitter.
nothing.
Oh, and you're bailing on me too. You're bailing. You can leave too then. So
I didn't do nothing.
Off with his head.
Tina, let's get out of here
Okay,
before
Queen
we
of
get
Hearts.
fired.
Yeah.
Knives are about to come out.
no, so
I'm
you know,
about to hijack a tram and fuck this shit up.
so I'm limited to the amount of people I could post this up to or in contact
I know
with.
where this is going.
So I throw it on the Facebooks and I throw it on the Twitter, and he does the same thing. And this guy, he's like, "Oh, I'm just Instagram, bro, just Instagram." But then I catch him today on the Facebook, like just balls deep into
Did you
Facebook.
just say the Facebook?
Yeah,
All right.
On
that's
the
what
line.
that's what it was supposed to be called, and I like that.
I
better.
watched the movie. I saw that.
Original.
I go on Facebook because most of the things I follow are like news feeds kind of things.
You know
where
what?
it's
I go
just
on
like
Facebook
Paul
to
and
follow.
Tina's sign along? Is that what you follow?
So is
That's what
Twitter.
I heard.
How many fake news stories are on fucking Facebook? I hate
Well,
that so
that's
much.
people posting shit.
the shit
The
on the
fake
back
psych
tattoo.
out news stories. You're like, what? This dude turned into a squid on, I don't know. Like, I'm reading his news story and it's like, fake.
Right.
Have you
Hold
seen
on.
those
All right,
on
hold
Facebook?
on. Wait, we're letting this guy off
Oh,
the hook for a
sorry.
second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we do this podcast together, the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
The robot even says his name louder and better than she says any of our names,
And his voice is sexier.
and his voice is sexier than ours.
Mike mixed the opening thing, so I don't know.
And he doesn't want to.
He's not even paying it. He's on his phone on
I'm
Facebook.
tweeting right now.
He's
Actually, I'm
tweeting.
setting up a
Are you-
Twitter
are you
right
How much
now.
he fucking hates you.
He got the prime spot. He's got
Why
the
do I have the
laptop.
prime spot?
Okay, so the deal is you say I'm only on Instagram, and then you catch him on Facebook.
Right. And so I'm like, why can't he just be like, yo, episode 5 is out? I thought episode 5 was really good, and I was like, that's going to
It
be
was
the one.
good. Yeah, it was great.
But
As
like,
good as episode 6.
right?
That did not sound sincere. That was fucking horrible.
All right, I'll do it. I promise.
Look, no, I don't want to force you into it, all right?
I think his
You're
big
trying to
giant
force me.
fingers.
Well,
can't-
Jared, how many friends do you have on Facebook?
And your mom does
mean,
not
I don't
count.
know.
Does it matter?
More than
if you
I do.
it or not?
I bet
Most
he's
of
got
my
more than I
friends-
do.
don't know.
I don't know. How many do you have, Mikey?
I got like 300.
Oh, Tina's got everybody beat here on their Facebooks.
I don't have. I mean,
I
it's
feel
not
like
that-
my like
Oh,
gets
like
buried in
430?
Tina's pictures. I'm
Hold
like,
on.
I'm gonna
So-
like it. Fucking
But half the, it's
17,000.
like half the people I don't even like.
Pointless.
No, I don't.
But
even
I
talk
see it
to.
every
I don't-
time. I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh, there it
Tina
is.
has about 1,500 friends on her Facebook.
All right.
How many of those people do you actually
Yeah,
talk
that's
to?
what I want
That's
to
what
know.
I said. I'm like,
You know,
don't
here's
know
the
all
thing,
these
and
people.
I tried explaining this to Paul. Out of the 1,500, honestly, there's probably about 1,100 from the AV area. I swear.
Are you 1,100?
And you
I
talk to them
swear.
all.
I'm not saying I talked to them all.
Listen, I've
But
tested
if-
her, and I'm like, okay, who's Brad
There's-
Zilkenfall?
I'm all
And she's
third
like,
grade, Mrs. Wilson's class,
Boom.
sat
Oh,
across
he-
the
Suck it.
No, he just wants to know who Brad is. Who the fuck's
Yeah,
Brad?
Right.
that's actually how I
don't
came
care.
out.
Let's
I'm
go.
like,
No,
I didn't want to say that.
so you know what's funny? Like there's the Dunbar number, right? Which says that you can only really remember 150 faces. Now with Facebook, you got the face and the name, right? Yeah. So really, it's you're supposed to
Is that a true thing? I've never heard that.
Snopes that shit. No. So the Dunbar number.
What am I?
Say,
Jared, can you find out?
yeah, the
That's
Dunbar
true.
number, is that a true number or not? So they say that you are only really able to recognize 150 faces. And so
Got the big brain on Brad.
that was good, dude.
That was excellent. I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
No,
too.
no, I mean, I'm not saying that it's factual. I'm
What?
just saying that there's the Dunbar number, which states
Dunbar
that
number.
it's supposed to be that you can only recognize 150 faces. And now,
I don't. I disagree with that.
okay,
Yeah.
but hold on. So with Facebook,
He's like, according to a community college
You know, because I can
study.
recognize 1,264 faces on the 65th. I can't get.
is that your?
I'm way.
is
up
that how many
there.
you got on
Yeah,
the
I'm up
Facebook?
there.
150. I mean,
confusing.
there's a lot of factors you need to take into
Actually-
consideration. Age. I mean, you know,
I
My,
fucked
my
up, though.
Facebook only has 85 friends.
Paul's
you have
very
85?
limited.
Yeah, because I'm only Facebook friends on my personal Facebook with people I know.
Okay, so the 300 that I do know, I know all my 300.
Yeah, and those assholes from high school don't count for me.
Ooh,
Like,
I
if
have to take it. Everybody off.
Hey.
What? No. I mean, if you're still friends with them, that's fine. But if somebody now wants,
He just doesn't want to talk
like,
to you.
like
all
now
right?
that we're a little popular, and like I've had friend requests from people that I knew years ago, I'm like, oh fuck you, I don't know you.
Would
I
you-
couldn't find
You
anything.
couldn't find the Dunbar number? Did I just make up the Dunbar
No,
number?
no, you're right. But I couldn't find if it was like if it was true or people were. Like, there's a lot of criticism towards that.
And I can only imagine.
All
And-
I know is that we will go down a list, and Paul's like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "Blah blah 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 blah." Bam.
Now,
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
I
know if
can-
Tina's making that shit up.
Yeah,
or
from
Yeah,
not.
I'm all,
from what I gathered, from what I heard today,
She just
that
be making up.
Tina didn't
shit
remember who
like,
I was today. So
I met them in the mall one time. What had happened was
See what happened was.
he was looking for
Corn dogs.
Jordans, and I said they look good on him.
And bam, we're Facebook friends.
That was Scott.
Actually, now that I think about it, your go-to answer is, yeah, he was in my third grade class.
She had a
Or
really big
class.
third grade
Honey,
class.
he's
Had like
gay.
700 people.
Yeah, 4,000.
That's another good one, huh?
Mike,
another
you are
one.
you are kind
Right.
of wrong, Mikey.
Go ahead. I'm okay with being wrong.
By using the average human brain size and
Which is not Mike's.
Now you no longer sound smart.
hold on, I was on
He still
the-
looks
He's
smart.
on bad
He looks-
connection.
He looks pretty smart with a
It-
Clark Kent
pretty much
glasses.
he's saying that humans can only comfortably maintain 150 stable relationships. It's not that you could recognize 150 faces, that you can only keep
All right, so I'm an asshole, dude.
150
No, you know what?
relationships.
You know what? You get to see
Which
just
that
for
makes
throwing
sense.
some shit like that out. Which
But
I
that was
never heard of.
close. All right, okay.
You had the 150 number.
You
You
got
threw
the
some.
number
You
right.
threw some shit
All
out
right.
I never heard of.
All right, I like.
But
I'm a C student.
But now that's changed. That was
C's
that was
get
in the
degrees.
And you know what?
That was in the
You know what?
1900s
Tina,
when that
Tina
came out.
has friends with all the C students in Little Rock, so you're on there too.
Hey.
I'm not on.
Are
there.
we Facebook friends?
I don't believe so.
Okay. If I send you a request, will you approve it?
It has to go through my wife.
I respect that. I respect
there's
that.
She'd be like, "Who the hell is Tina?"
Oh hell no!
I was like third
oh
grade.
hell no!
Sat across from me with
grade.
Mrs. Wilson's
Third grade.
class.
Yeah.
I saw something like where it's like your wife doesn't has your balls in a jar more than if she has your Facebook account together. So it's like for
Oh,
me, if
yeah,
it's like
no
the
way.
Bensix are like one Facebook account. Like
I think the Facebook account and the dual bank account is where you're starting to go wrong.
I just
Like,
wish my
that's where-
balls.
What's a
fit
dual
in
bank
jar.
account?
The joint bank account.
Oh, the joint bank account. What's
Yeah.
that? What's that? I don't know what that is.
yeah, right.
She
No,
would
they're
never
separate.
do that. I want to get in her account.
No.
see, I'm
Nope.
separate too. I don't
You
do
guys,
it.
you guys
See,
stay
I'm-
separate.
All
We do, yeah,
I'm
we do.
I'm so
It
terrible.
makes
It works out for her because I pay for everything.
right, and then I'm like, this is weird. My savings account is growing.
No, I
exponentially.
do too. And I mean, it would make sense to.
Because here's the thing, like Paul's birthday last July, I surprised him and we went to Vegas and, jumped on Southwest. I was like, bam, we're going to stay at a nice place. We love Paris
It
Hotel.
wasn't really a surprise.
Well,
'cause you
because
can't
you
keep a
are a
secret.
Snoopaloop and you went on Southwest and put in your rapid
going-
rewards number and you were like,
That's
He
not
said
what
you're
figure
not
this
so
out
you
real
used
fast.
his
So
rewards
when
for
he
his
says
birthday?
you are a
Whose fault
terrible,
is that?
it's hard for me to keep a secret, no lie. But he's like, you are a terrible, like anything he asks, I'm
Well,
like, what do you want to
She comes
know?
to me a week before. She goes, "What? You're never gonna guess what I got you for your birthday.
And you knew.
You're never gonna guess where we're going." I'm
We're
like,
staying at
"Okay, are
Excalibur."
we getting on a plane?" She's
Right.
like, she's
Stratosphere,
like,
baby.
I don't know.
Riviera.
So I go on
Right.
that Southwest account. I'm like, "Oh, I see 2 tickets to."
Oh, and then I just happened to go on Southwest account because I was looking at how many points I had for that. But anyways, the point is,
You got to clear
I
your
like
browser
to-
history, baby.
right? But I like to be able to,
Incognito.
keep it separate. Like I like to do stuff for Paul. I'm a career woman. This is, our
Can you
relationship.
cook?
Next question.
Really?
I love to bake.
No
This is
cooking?
a whole
But
nother
this
podcast.
is how Paul and my relationship works because I'm great at making reservations.
She is awesome at making.
And let me tell you,
reservations.
I've never,
Tina
Paul
can
is
get
the
a table
cook.
anywhere.
anywhere.
Yes, that I'm like, hey Betty, I know you.
First of
They're
all,
like, "Hey,
anywhere
yeah."
we go,
Third grade, remember?
and not just dinner, but anywhere we go and anything we do, if we're going somewhere, it's top notch. We're getting in. We're getting the best of everything. I just go, Tina, I'm gonna wait in the car. Go inside.
Have you guys been
Work your
to
magic. And
Have you guys
come
been
and
to
get it.
Europe yet together?
We have not been to Europe.
Ooh, I think that's the next one.
Is
huh?
that the test?
That's a test.
Wow, I
Yeah,
feel like
gotta-
there's some stories here.
Oh man, no, I mean there's
No.
not enough time in the podcast left for this one, but dude, I think because you guys been, have you guys? I'd assume you guys travel a lot.
Oh yeah,
do.
yeah. We went to Jamaica. We've been to Jamaica, Hawaii a couple times. Just never Europe. Not yet.
That's the beat. But your family's from Italy? Are you an Italian?
I'm Italian. My dad was born in Italy and raised in Argentina. My mom is from here, but I have not been to. I've been into Europe when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. I was pretty young.
I'm Italy. I mean, you could go to Germany, you can go to England, whatever, but Italy is by far like the most awesome place you'll ever see in your entire life.
Why do you think that?
I lived there for 3 years,
Mhm.
and I lived there as an adult. Like that's the other. Like
Okay, but why do you say it's the best place? They got the best club. There's something that you like there.
no, dude. You know it's the environment. It's totally the environment. Okay, look, it's not a club thing because I'm not a club kind of guy.
Is
You're
it like
not glow
taking a nap
sticks.
3 hours a day? Is it the 2-month holidays?
See, but
Is it the wine?
All right, so when you get there as an American, you're really Americanized, and you're like, why can't I get gas at 12 o'clock
It's
when
petrol.
it's my lunch?
Petrol, baby.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like it's so laid back.
Yeah, I heard it's really. I have a Sicilian friend who said you have to take a day off work to take something to the post office.
And you know what I really love?
God damn.
European labor laws. If you get sick on your holiday, that day don't count.
Really?
Okay.
Here's the other. I went to Italy in 2008.
Oh, all the time.
You're a stoner, right?
Oh.
Okay, because that's total stoner mentality. I got
Well, no.
It is. I would love that actually. I
went
don't
to
smoke.
Italy in 2008, and this is what I love about Italy. They will take a siesta, a nap, if you will, from 3 to 4:30 every day. All the businesses, bye-bye.
That's what I'm saying, you can't-
Close and shop.
You're not
Oh,
getting
yeah,
gas.
can't get
We're-
any-
Yeah, but
We're
I do
gonna
that
shut
here
down
too.
the-
I do that in the United States.
Well, I'm
See-
just saying it's more. What I love is the history
History,
there,
of
because
course, yeah.
America really is a baby as far as
The world.
how long we exactly have been really established for. So you go there and you're like, there's a Coliseum, and we have the transportation, the subway, and it's a great mix between historical.
That's one thing that pissed me
amazing.
off.
Like a 1970s building here is like, it's run down. They have stuff from the 14th
16th,
century,
yeah.
the 15th century.
would be cool.
And they,
That'd be cool.
and
Well,
they're
where
like,
the
oh.
where the Last Supper painting's at, it's in Milan, and that place is like 14 somethings.
Wow.
What were you doing in Italy for 3 years?
I was in the service. I was stationed in northern Italy. I was in
wow.
Vicenza, Italy.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you
by the
for
way.
your
Yeah, no
service.
worries. Thank you guys for
No, thank you.
But also, you haven't been everywhere to say.
Okay, so I've been to quite a
Been
lot of
around the
places.
world and I.
Because we were watching this train video
Absolutely.
today in Norway, and I've always wanted to go to Norway.
Oh, the Oslo stuff. Okay, but if you take a train ride through Switzerland and
It's
through
like
the Alps,
that,
it's
yeah.
all like that.
Yeah, 'cause-
You know, so it's. I'm not saying that Oslo and Finland and all that those places aren't cool. It's just everywhere that I've been, and I love Germany. Germany, I was sold on Germany, but going to Italy was just one of those things where it was like, holy shit, man. There's nothing else like this. I mean, you could sit on a 4-hour train ride, and it's not going to feel like 4
That's
hours because
awesome.
everything that you're going by.
Yeah,
And it's like,
I did that. The Eurorail.
yeah, it's
Do
perfect.
not buy your
Eurostar.
tickets online before you go.
Eurostar,
Big mistake. Yeah.
Really?
Mistake.
I didn't have the interwebs when.
Yeah.
Did you
too much
visit
was there.
Spain a lot or no?
No, I never went to Spain, and I'm
See,
sure
I feel like
that
Spain. I think I've heard a lot. My family's from Spain and from northern Italy.
Okay.
So those are like obviously I want to just visit that big time.
Have you
Yeah.
been to Amsterdam?
yes, I've been in
Did
Amsterdam.
you like that?
I loved it.
You were there too?
He was just there recently.
Yeah.
Sean was. We're pointing like you
Interesting
guys.
place.
Can see.
Sean, do you remember it, Sean?
I think so.
Yeah, it was good.
No,
Is it true that you can just walk around getting high?
No, you can't walk around.
It's
and get
it's only in the shops you're allowed to.
Is that like a
partake.
bar or
Yeah.
like
Coffee shops. They
Coffee
call them
shops.
coffee shops.
high. And this is the thing. So you're
is
not.
anybody buying coffee?
Hold on. You're not. No, you're not limited to like marijuana. You can buy mushrooms. You can get a pack of mushrooms.
Yeah, they had all.
What the fuck?
They had
Why
all
did you
drugs
guys
there.
not get mushrooms?
Is it true that
We were
there's, like,
shooting. We were
heroin
working.
park?
We were
I would've
working.
brought 'em back.
I'm gonna do a bunch of mushrooms when I gotta go roll a camera.
Who's we? Who else was there? You were there too?
No. I was there. We were doing a documentary for Stanley Kubrick. We ended up in Amsterdam to interview somebody that worked with him. And
Wait, was Stanley Kubrick in Amsterdam? Was he
no.
there?
His AD
He's
was
been
there.
dead for a little while.
Yeah, he was
Dude.
there for a minute.
I wonder if you could get away with coming back with mushrooms.
I
No.
bet you can.
So the airport.
Why? Because it looks.
So here's
I mean,
the deal.
They don't
Looks
look
like a
different.
spice, right?
No.
Yeah,
Here's the
exactly.
deal. The airport from Amsterdam to getting back, because we were in London. We went to
It's like
Amsterdam.
hardcore. or what?
Coming back, they were like, didn't say the
Let me
magic
check
word.
your ass, sir.
Yeah, let me check your asshole.
Mm.
No, it's because
Oh, that's
Well,
a
because
South
they
Park thing.
know-
Yeah.
She's
they
looking
know
at us like,
people are
what's
bringing
going on?
mushrooms
She's like, what
back.
what airports are you guys
Well,
going
true
to?
story. Did that
Yeah.
really happen? Because
spread
Pretty
cheeks.
much everybody coming
Spread
from
cheeks.
Amsterdam gets a cavity search. You're like, what do you
Man,
do? What were you
check
doing
your
there?
asshole.
What were we doing there?
What is
No,
this?
well, we're going to wrap it up here. Dude, I could talk to you guys for like 2 more
I
hours.
know. I thought we were still going. What's happening?
But let us know. So you guys got the YouTube thing coming out?
Yeah, so it's Paul and Tina Sarah Marco on YouTube if you look us up. And then our Facebook fan page is Paul and Tina Sign Along. And we're going to be posting our little shindig tomorrow on both websites at 3 p.m. So
Give us a
will-
date for tomorrow. Say the date.
I'm sorry. So tomorrow's date is
12.
12/12/2014.
That's awesome. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with us. And,
Yes,
it's
thank
awesome to have you guys in. You guys tell some funny stories, man.
This was fun, man. This
Yeah,
is
come
cool.
back again.
Yeah,
do
dude, we're
part two.
here. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody who's out there listening. And I promise we should be on iTunes any day now. And
Check out Mike's background.
And anyone who's listening, hit Paul and Tina up on Facebook. We'd love to say hi to you.
yeah, Paul's not going to accept your friend request.
14 North Radio.
God, this microphone just hit my tit.